it should say, hey, we're streaming, but it's like starting soon.
Fuck. Where's the link? Shit.
It's at the bottom of the Facebook post.
But I'm not on my phone. Don't tell me we're live streaming right now and I'm freaking out. Okay. Oh, that was the chair.
We are live streaming right now. It's just they shouldn't be hearing anything or whatever. It should just say, starting soon. Be ready.
Fuck. Is it because in 2 minutes we're starting?
Oh, no. It's because I turned it on and I have it set to this.
Oh, okay.
No one's here, right? No. We have 9 views? No, we have 9 views. We have 0 viewers. What?
Oh.
Aren't you viewing?
No, not yet. I'm trying to get on the...
Oh, it says maybe 1. So I think we have 1 view count. Are you on? Or is this my mother?
This is my mother.
Might be my mom. I know she loves mysteries and...
Hi, Mom.
It's calling. Are you on? Can you see the stream?
Yeah, I can see it now.
Okay, you're the 1 view. And it just says, starting soon, be ready, and you can't hear anything from the stream, right?
Yes.
Cool. Theoretically...
Wow, I can hear us, but it's like a lag. Oh, shit.
On the stream?
Yeah, if you unmute it, you can hear it. And we sound pretty good, bro.
Oh, nice. Well, I might as well just go to POW. Look at that. And picking up myself.
That's great.
Do you want to speak? Because then I can see if it's actually picking it up.
Okay. Speaking right now. Yes. I am speaking. Okay.
It's registering. We're so professional.
Oh. So professional.
Man, what?
So how do we start? It's already 2:30.
What? Oh, we've started. We're live.
Oh. Okay, cool. So should we have an opening or like what's up? Like how do we do this? How do we do this?
I don't know. I told them it wasn't going to be very professional.
Anything?
I can do a very broadcastery opening for just you and whoever. Just you. And whoever.
Okay.
Oh, shit. I need to mute this stream because I turned it on and I'm watching it and it started feedback. We're not doing that. So broadcastery?
Sure, if you can do it.
Of course, I didn't take voice acting lessons at USC for nothing. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Mirthful Mysteries. I shouldn't say welcome back because this is our first whatever. Don't mock me. I said it wasn't going to be professional. This is announcer one.
Take one.
Anyways, today we will be discussing the Bloop, which I did not share with Rebecca.
The Bloop?
The Bloop. It's exciting. Oh. Get excited. Cool, that's my announcer voice. But because everything is the worst right now, oh my god, 3 viewers.
Oh, that's great. We love that.
That's vastly more than I expected. Can they send messages? Is that enabled? I don't know.
I don't know.
Anyways, regardless, all of the viewers who aren't Rebecca have come here for the Bloop, but I'm starting off with a happy news story because everything sucks right now. Something I found online. Apparently in Virginia, drones are going to be like airdropping library books so kids in Virginia can keep reading.
What?
That's something that a librarian thought of.
Whoa. So there's going to be like a plane. Like a little drone plane dropping books, and children are going to be like reaching up to the skies and be like, "Oh my god, books!"
Yeah, from like a drone. But
interesting. And who's flying the drone? Schools or
probably this librarian?
Okay.
I'm just
how do they buy it in his car?
Like driving up and like
a newspaper boy, but with
sending
books.
the drone like 6 feet or whatever.
Okay.
But it's a good thing. This is happy. And after that happiness, let's move on to the mysterious bloop. Because that's what this podcast is about. Bloops and other mysteries. What's great about the bloop is it has to do with the ocean. Which, the ocean is not a particularly fun place to dwell about.
No, it's not. I hate the ocean.
For me. It's awful.
Yeah,
Deep,
it's awful.
Basically entirely unexplored. Filled with myths of ocean monsters and like ghost ships and horrifying entities. But we do actually have one of these mysterious things that has actually been recorded. Recorded in 1997, known as the bloop. It was recorded by the U.S. National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, or NOAA. And it's ultra low frequency, high amplitude underwater sound.
What?
Which normally, not strange. You're like a fish swam by the mic, right? It's an underwater mic. But this was heard on several underwater microphones at the same time. And these underwater microphones were over 2,000 miles apart. So this was an ocean sound so loud.
It could literally be anything else, though. Oh, I think we should explain first. Okay, so I'm a huge skeptic of weird shit. Wait, am I allowed to cuss on this?
Yeah, why not?
Am I allowed to curse? Okay, yeah, I'm a huge skeptic of like weird stuff like this. Like, I mean, I don't know. When it comes to ghosts, it's a different story. But okay, so about this bloop, I feel like maybe.
Yeah.
Like, what if it was like, okay, so you said, wait, how far did they hear the sound from? 2,000. Wait, you said 2,000?
There were several listening stations. They were each over 2,000 miles apart. Some of them were 3,000 miles apart.
It could have been like a whale.
It couldn't have been a whale. It was too loud.
Okay. It was too loud?
It was too loud. Like, whales are loud. But this actually is a perfect segue into the first theory about what the bloop is.
Oh, God.
Whales are not loud enough to be picked up by all of these microphones at the same time. Like, this thing has to be, I think it was 5 times as big as a whale. And there are people at NOAA, a guy named Christopher Fox, said that it was most likely from some sort of animal or organic thing.
Yeah.
Because it rapidly varied in its frequency, similar to that of a whale, but much, much louder. The best theory that doesn't delve into, like, weird stuff. And the bloop is an actual thing that they figured out what it is, but we're going to get to that. So they think it could have been an ancient megalodon shark. Is the first
Okay,
one.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So this is a shark 60 feet in length.
It's huge. It's
horrifying.
terrifyingly. Yeah, it looks gross.
The worst part is that it could still exist because the ocean is 95% unexplored.
Yeah, definitely. This is why I hate the ocean.
Yeah.
I sound so pessimistic, but I'm telling you, the ocean is something like, I don't know. I mean, it's a terrifying place.
It's bad. I don't like it.
It's bad.
I don't like swimming.
I don't like it either. No, me neither.
I don't, like, especially if I can't see what's below me. It could be a megalodon.
I think most of my fear came from the movie Jaws, because I remember watching that when I was very young, and to this day I can't step foot inside a beach. Like, I can be like on the sand, but like in the ocean I can't do that.
Oh my word. No, my parents somehow let me watch Jaws when I was like 12. Scarred me. For like a month after, I could not go in like any body of water without thinking there was a shark. Like pools, I was like, there's a shark in here with me. I would be taking a bath. I'm like, what if I was just in the ocean? What if there was a portal to the ocean and a shark ate me?
like what's that one terrible movie? What's it called? Like Sharknado?
Sharknado? Oh my
Yeah.
God. I still
And
need to
wasn't
watch it.
there a version of the movie where there was like the spirit of the shark would just come out of the water sometimes, and there was this girl or person was on like a slip and slide, and like this shark just came out of nowhere, like the spirit of the shark, and like ate her or like killed her or something. I don't
Oh my
know. It was really
gosh.
traumatizing, but at the
That's
same time, it was really ridiculous. But you never know, man. Those
never
spirit
know.
sharks.
I had nightmares of a land shark, like walking on two legs after watching.
Like
I have an
half of his
overactive
body was a man.
imagination. I,
Half of his body was a man.
um, I was scared. Anyways, back to the theory on the bloop. This giant ocean noise. Confirmed it wasn't a land shark. It has to be in the water. Might have been a megalodon. In 2014, NASA did actually capture a photo of a dark bloom that could have been a megalodon under the water, which was spooky. It turned out it wasn't. It wasn't a megalodon at all. It was actually a huge gathering of microorganisms, but it could have been.
So the mystery's been solved then. So it's a big bloop of microorganisms screaming at the microphone.
No, that wasn't what caused the bloop. That
Okay.
that was just something I looked up to support my theory of an ancient megalodon that turned out to already have been disproven.
Oh dang.
So it's a big disappointment on my end.
Could you bring a megaphone underneath the water?
There was a theory that it was caused by like an underwater military base
Oh.
making noise. I tried to look up this theory, and that was the entire theory.
Oh.
The theory was could be the military with nothing else.
It's I mean, yeah, like with everything, like even with like UFOs, everyone's like it could be the military, testing out like new flight equipment or something, and people assume it's aliens, There's always theories how it just goes back down to the military.
Shockingly, no one said it could be aliens. But the other big theory I have three big theories for anyone who wanted a roadmap of this. The second big theory is the mermaid theory.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say about mermaids because I remember when I was a kid on like Animal Planet, there was like this whole documentary. You know what I'm talking about?
I do.
Like,
That's
what was it even called, man? Like, how like these Navy SEALs saw like this weird thing underneath the water, and they saw it like this hand like hit the window or something.
Yeah, that documentary is actually the big thing for the Bloop mermaid theory because they used the Bloop in that Discovery Channel documentary as evidence of mermaids.
What?
And yeah, they used it as evidence. Turns out, documentary completely fake. It was a mockumentary. But it fooled everyone.
Yeah, it fooled me. I was like 10, and I was like, oh my gosh.
Because Discovery Channel, at least at that time, was making all realistic stuff. Mostly. However, people, even after it was revealed it was a mockumentary, people still thought, like, mermaids, true. Mermaids did the bloop. And what kills me about this is NOAA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, had to release an official statement saying that mermaids don't exist.
Huh. That sucks. I don't know. They're probably keeping it a secret. I'm certain they probably do exist, but we just don't see them. They probably live in the bottom of the ocean. They're probably like in a secret world. Isn't it? Okay, wasn't there an article that's saying there was like a world underneath the, like in the ocean, deep in the ocean?
Like hollow
like
Earth.
A water world? Or something like that? I don't know. I saw something about it on Twitter.
Earth theory where there's like a second Earth inside the Earth. Which would be fun, but I've not done research on that. What I can tell you, I got an alert. I'm dropping a lot of frames. Oh no, on my still image of a eclipsed moon. Thanks, Twitch.
What do you mean you're dropping a lot of frames?
I don't know. It doesn't matter. We're not showing any video.
I know.
But anyways, you mentioned the mermaids might be real. They could be getting covered up.
Yeah, I 100%. Okay, that's so funny because I mean earlier I was like, I'm a huge skeptic, and I'm over here like mermaids are real.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have faith because like you said, like we don't know. It's one of those things like, well, a large part of the ocean is undiscovered, right?
Yeah,
And
95%.
you, yeah, and that's like the same with the entire universe. Like we don't know if aliens exist or not. Like there's people who have allegations that aliens exist. And it's like, well, there's a lot of living life in the bottom of the ocean. Like who's to tell? Like I mean, they're not going to look like us. They're probably going to look like these weird fish-like creatures that's going to be kind of like grotesque. It's not like Ariel or anything or any shit like that, but
Yeah.
you never know.
No. What I do know is that the site Believe in Mermaids has been allegedly seized by the Justice Department.
Ooh, that's shady. That's
Yeah.
that's pretty
Um,
sus.
that's a point towards mermaid conspiracy. Um, I don't know why this conspiracy is tied to the bloop, because they said, oh, it's the loudest noise ever, and they're like, a mermaid could have done it. I'm like, all right. This is my least believable theory out of the theories, and then we have what actually caused it. I'll give points to anyone who uses the chat and tries to guess what it is before I get to it.
I can't even guess what it is. You.
I
I
don't even know
mean,
if
all
that
the.
works. It's
I'm sure it
disappointing
does.
to
I'm
say
gonna
the
write a
least.
message. Hi.
But yeah, mermaids, strong contender.
Oh, I have to log in. I have to make an account. Sorry.
My favorite theory is the Cthulhu theory.
Cthulhu. That's
Cthulhu.
fancy.
Cthulhu, the eldritch god who sleeps in the ancient city of Ryleth and will one day awaken to destroy humanity and reclaim the world. He's the guy
I'm
who's like
speechless.
he's the guy who's like 100 feet tall, has like tentacles for a face.
Ew.
He has
Blackbeard?
wings.
Wasn't that Blackbeard in Pirates of the Caribbean? Or who was that character? He
Yeah,
had like an
Davy
octopus
Jones.
face.
Yeah, imagine
Davy
Davy
Jones.
Jones scaled up by like 100 with like
On
giant like bat
steroids.
wings and no clothes.
Ew.
I mean, he's a god. He doesn't need to wear clothes.
He needs to wear clothes. The decency. If you're gonna destroy all of us, at least wear some pants.
Yeah, people thought he could have caused the bloop. He would certainly be big enough to cause the bloop, because they're like, oh, it has to be, I think, 60 feet to 100 feet in length. Cthulhu was like 150 in the mythology or something insane.
Jesus.
And when they identified the approximate origin of the bloop, which was latitude, longitude 50 south by 100 west, more or less, it's close to the same latitude for Ryleth in Lovecraft's lore, the sunken city of Ryleth, which apparently exists at 58 south by 123 west. Granted, that's 1,000 miles away, but it's close. He's a big boy. He could walk.
He can barely even walk. He can just maybe like skip or jump, and he's already there.
Yeah. But
How do people think of these things? Like,
I don't know. Cthulhu's popular.
do they have like, is it like with the Mayans and how they have like all this like fortune telling and things of like, oh, the world is gonna end at this time and blah blah blah. Like, do they have a set date where this dude is just gonna like drop in and be like, yo, what's up? And he's gonna like destroy everybody?
Oh no, he just needs to be awoken.
How he's gonna awaken?
I think there are like cults.
Oh.
Yeah. So this sound could have been Cthulhu
Oops.
waking up. The big problem with that is Cthulhu's entirely a work of fiction by H.P. Lovecraft. So that's the big problem.
So if a cult were to awaken him, like, do you have to do like, is it like a typical cult or?
No, this is like a crazy cult. So the reason Cthulhu misses this out is people are like, maybe H.P. Lovecraft discovered this stuff. And the cults there, like, their minds are changed by eldritch beings and they go wild.
Mm.
I think this is a fun theory, but alas,
It's scary.
it would be scary. Yeah.
Especially with cults, man. Like that's the thing. That one like that one is, I don't know. That's like a 50-50 for me cuz cults are pretty ambitious. They're pretty ambitious. They'll do anything to get something out. I don't know. That's kind of scary to think that a big dude, big as probably as a transformer, is going to be coming down on the earth and destroying everybody. Why would someone want to awaken that? I don't know, man. Because wouldn't the cult people know that, hey, it's destroying your same world too? I don't know. To me, it's kind of stupid. Like, dude, you live here too, you know? Like, where are you gonna go? Type of thing.
Yeah, I think they're trying to ascend. Also, my mother just followed us, so we're in the big.
Oh, hi,
now.
Mom. That's great. That's nice.
It's nice to know my mom is hearing me talk about Cthulhu. It's good. Something I forgot to mention is I was born in 1997, so this could have just been the like galactic harbinger of my existence.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Maybe I'm an eldritch being to destroy the world, and this was my awakening, and then I was born. That's my personal theory.
This is what you call it, your destiny. You're destined to do this.
The Bloop heralded my birth.
Yes.
And yeah, sadly, none of these are true. Unfortunately, they figured out what the Bloop is, and it sucks.
I mean, well, the Bloop, yeah, I don't know. About the Bloop, that was weird. That's like a weird phenomenon, I would think. That's definitely a mystery for sure. Give that a 10/10 of mystery. Because, I don't know, to me, I think it's a whale, but they say a whale can't be that loud.
Nope.
But, I mean, to make up, maybe it was like a boat, I don't know. Or maybe like a submarine or something, or... like I said, I don't know, I'm kind of a skeptic of something like that. I'll give you a hint.
It was more natural than all of those.
Was it an earthquake?
Close.
A tsunami?
No.
What's called a volcano?
No. It was...
They have volcanoes underwater, right?
Yeah, they have huge volcanoes underwater. But the Bloop was actually, annoyingly, an ice quake.
What?
Yeah. It's a loud sound that happens when an iceberg crackles and breaks away from the Antarctic glacier.
Oh, God.
Yeah, they narrowed it down. And I'm a little annoyed at them.
Why?
Because, one, I think it's stupid.
Stupid.
I don't like the ice explanation. It feels too mundane. Also,
it makes sense.
I know it makes sense, but they've done the same thing with like 8 different... hold on, I'm trying to find the article. I thought I had it pulled up, and then I didn't. This is professionalism, everybody.
It's professionalism.
Yeah, so they've done this with so many underwater sounds that could be cool and spooky, and it's all ice. There was a sound named Julia, heard all across the Pacific Ocean in 1999, which sounded like an anguished cry of an extremely large creature. It was ice. It's ice running along the ocean. Stupid.
I don't think it's stupid. I think, they wanted to figure out what the... Don't cross your arms at me.
Ice.
When ice breaks, you gotta give it credit. It sounds pretty spooky. It sounds like literally ice, stupid. Glass is breaking. So, I didn't even think of that. I didn't think it was close to any, glaciers or anything like that, but I was, expecting
there's,
an earthquake.
Several mics that picked this up, and they had to keep dropping in more mics, narrowing down these sounds. They also decided a sound that sounded like a high-pitched wail was a volcano.
Uh-huh.
Another sound that was called the slowdown started high and descended over the course of 7 minutes. Could be a creature calling out. Nope. Guess what? It's also ice running along the ocean floor. There was an underwater sound that sounded like a train whistle.
Oh.
Want to know what that is? I'll give you a
Uh.
hint. It's fucking ice.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry that the ice has to ruin your fun with
And then
mysteries.
there was a whistling sound underwater, which wasn't ice. It was fire. But I still blame ice.
Oh man, dude. I'm sorry, man. That's the ocean for you.
My mom thinks an ice quack is cool.
Ice quack is cool.
All ice is terrible. I hate it.
I mean, it's fun. You get to skate on it, and you can put it in your drinks. You know, it's pretty cool. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's rough, buddy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we didn't actually. Okay, so we didn't really explain in the beginning of this podcast of like what we're gonna do. We just sort of like dove in, and everyone's like, "Oh,
yeah,
what are we talking?" Yeah, we did. We definitely jumped in that cold water.
Fucking ice. I mean, I can explain it at the end. Look, this is a very professional podcast.
Yeah, this is definitely, this is definitely new to us. Yeah. So,
basically, every week we're going to be looking at supernatural or mysterious things, talking about theories relating to them.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's
spooky stuff.
Spooky stuff. The spookiest part of this was the Cthulhu thing. I looked for a spooky thing, and it was all just like ghost stories.
Yeah, like wasn't there... Okay, so there is like this section off of TikTok. I know everyone's going to be like, what? When I say that. But there's this place called Witch Talk, and they were talking about like voodoo. And like voodoo is something you don't really get into, first off, because especially if it's not part of your heritage and you don't know anything about how to do it or whatever. Because there's some people who are like, oh, I know Wicca and I know how to do all of this. And it's like, you know, educate yourself before you dive into something pretty messy. And supposedly there's like this weird voodoo, I don't know if it's like a god, maybe it's a god or something. I don't know his name, but if you summon him, it's like bad news. And he's not someone that anyone who does voodoo, like people in like New Orleans and stuff like that mess with. Like no one messes with him because he's not someone that you should call to summon or whatever in any shape, way, or form. And this one girl did, and supposedly she died very mysteriously. I don't have an article for that, but that was just something that I thought of when you were talking about this big god who's going to destroy the entire earth or something, like butt naked. And I was just like, you know, that reminds me of this one god.
Oh man, I think a lot of the summoning stuff, it's all like, you could summon this, it'll kill you, but you can summon it. I don't know why someone figured out a way to summon it in the first place.
Yeah, really. Like, why would someone want to summon something that's going to kill you in the end? It's like it's like a buck deer jumping in front, like trying to hunt down a hunter or something, or like a mountain lion. You know what I mean? Like, why would you want to do that?
I don't know. Live. I feel like it's more the deer like knocking on the hunter's door.
Kill me.
Like, here I am.
Here I am. Kill me. Like, why would you? I don't know. That's the thing, like I was saying earlier, like, this is your world too, my dude. Like, why would you want to do that to yourself?
Well, if there's a chance to get turned into another, like, tentacle, bearded god, I don't know. I might be down for Cthulhu if he's like, hey, you can also be like a cool god who doesn't have to wear clothes and, like, gets to sleep all the time. That's like my dream job.
Are you serious? You would actually summon something like that to... I mean, you can do that now, bro. You don't need to be a god to do that.
Well, I need to be a god to not be judged for it.
I would still be judging the god for doing that, to be honest. Like, bro, I don't want anything dangling in front of my face before I die. Like, that's just my personal opinion, you know, like, put some pants on. That's just my opinion. I don't know. It just sounds crazy. Like, when especially, you know, I mean, maybe that's just how they are or something. Like, no judgment, bro. But, like, we're, you know, clothes are pretty much preferable when you're walking around. Unless you're like at a nude beach, you can go to a nude beach. Like, that's up to you, bro.
I don't think Cthulhu has a thing.
Like, they don't have a thing. Like, they don't have preferences.
I don't think Cthulhu and similar eldritch entities have genitalia.
Ah.
Yeah.
So they're like Titans from that one anime. Have you seen it?
Yeah. Yes.
Attack on Titan?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're like that?
Yeah, but bigger, and they can cause people to go crazy just by looking at them.
Ew.
Yeah, the whole thing with H.P. Lovecraft was his stuff is cosmic horror, and it's stuff so beyond human comprehension that it'll drive you mad if you actually see it.
Oh my god.
And so there's a ton of great games about it.
I'm pretty sure you can do a lot of cool like horror adventure games with something like that.
100%.
Didn't they do one with like the Greek gods? Like you had to fight Hades or something. Like you're Ares and you're trying to like fight Hades. Am I getting mistaken for something? I don't know. I remember seeing a game like that before.
And you have to God of War.
Fight Hades like on the the underworld or something, or hell something.
But that's not.
Or you're the son of Ares. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a demigod thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I'm trying to think if there's any demigod mysteries that I know of. No one really cares about the old gods now. It's all about...
I love Greek mythology.
Yeah, but there's no like cryptids about Greek mythology.
I mean, like, what do you mean by cryptids? Because, like, I mean, you can still like, Greek
monsters.
Oh, modern monsters. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Well, yeah, no, I can't think of any. No. Just kidding.
There's stuff that lives in sewers nowadays. It's all really horrifying. 2 viewers. But yeah, we're just rambling now.
Yeah, we went off topic now. But no, like back. Okay, so.
I guess. Wait. We could just always end our streams by just rambling until everyone leaves.
Till everyone leaves, and then we're just talking, and then we're just having a conversation to ourselves.
That's basically what it is. I mean, we could go back into Roanoke.
Oh god, that theory. I mean, I remember talking about that to someone, and we were both just like rambling and like ranting about like how can someone lose or like not know a whole bunch of people, like how without any like evidence behind, like where did they go? They couldn't have gone far if they didn't have like any sort of transportation. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure if they didn't have any resources, but if they didn't have any resources, how did they carve into a tree?
Well,
see, it don't make sense, bro.
For the 3 people here, it's fluctuating. For the 3 people here, Roanoke was a English colony, and when the governor of said colony went back to England to get more supplies because they were starving, he returned 3 years later, and the colony was just gone, abandoned, and they never found out where they went. And just the only indication was carved into a tree the word Roanoke. No.
Yeah, how?
No, what was called? No, it was carved into the tree was Croatoa.
But how did they do that if they didn't have any resources? Like, did they use a rock?
Knife.
You think they would have knives? If you said they didn't have any like tools or like any weapons.
No, they didn't have like food.
Oh, that's a different story then.
Yeah, like they were starving to death. Like they weren't like, man, we're running out of shovels.
Man, we're running out of hammers.
Shovels are not a perishable
any
resource.
More homes. That's true. You're right.
And the big theories were aliens abducted them.
That's just ridiculous.
Well, they did find evidence of what might have been a concealed spacecraft on their map.
How? Is it because of like how he made the map and how one part was like covered or something?
Yeah. Part of the map had a symbol on it, and it was later covered up, and so they couldn't tell for ages. You know
what my theory is? I think I told you this already.
Yeah.
My theory is that the guy was an asshole and he lied. He probably killed all those people, went back to England, and came back and was like, "Oh no, where did everybody go?" You know what I mean?
Oh man, that'd be brutal. Like he just killed everyone. Went back
Yes.
to England and was like, yeah, I got 3 years. Came back and was like, I don't know where they went, guys.
Man.
I'll tell you where I wouldn't look. I wouldn't look behind that hill over there. There's nothing buried under there.
There's nothing.
There's nothing. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I 100% believe that. Like, what if he was just a big jerk? You know what I mean?
Maybe.
Like, how can so many... Like, he probably, like... Or what if they all died? Like, he probably made a whole story. Because it doesn't add up. You know what I mean? Like, what if they all died on the travel to that part of... What country? Not country. What state was it in?
It was
Nowadays?
High northern ones. I want to say, like, Maine?
I don't even know. But whatever, like, when they were going to that place, I feel like, what if they all just died and he kind of, like, just dumped their bodies at random parts in the ocean, you know? And that, you know, I don't know. Like, it just doesn't make sense for them to just, like, poof, in thin air, you know?
Yeah, no, I agree. It's a spooky one.
It's very spooky.
No, yeah. We're definitely going to release these rambles in like a separate thing when we put it on podcast sites. We're getting lost in the rambles.
But it's vital. It's reasonable though because it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still a mystery, so it's still part of the topic that we're talking about. But I personally believe it's not a mystery, and the guy was just a jerk, and he lied to everybody.
I like the zombie theory best.
The zombie theory? I don't think you told me that one.
So there's not a whole lot there, but it's basically a zombie apocalypse happened on that island, and then the zombies, like, after infected everybody, marched into the ocean.
What?
They'll come back.
They'll come back from the depths of the ocean.
Hey,
to
2020 is the year for it. Everyone watch out.
Don't even.
Calling it now. Roanoke Zombies 2020.
Oh my gosh. I wouldn't be surprised. I feel like everyone in our generation are like, all right, we're ready. Bring it on. What's next? And then if zombies be coming out of the ocean, everyone's going to be like, you know what? I expected something bad. I didn't expect that, but I'm not surprised.
Zombies is probably the only thing that could surprise me at this point. Like, proper biblical apocalypse, I'd be like, sure, yeah. Like, zombies, I'd be like, all right. Now, having said that, if zombies appear, I called it here first. Me.
If zombies appear. I feel like if we do have zombies, it'll be like that movie in Train to Busan, where it's based from, like, some really bad illness. Like, I mean, I know coronavirus is not going to do that, but I don't know, like something, I don't know, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey,
like, that is something that I think could possibly happen.
We've driven off all but one of the viewers.
Oh, nice. How a loyal viewer.
So, I think we've done it. I think the Rambles has done their job.
You think so?
I think so. Yeah. Killed it.
Killed it.
Is the one viewer left you, or is that someone else?
I exited out, so.
Is it me? Me? No. Oh my gosh, it's a real person. It's probably my mom. Maybe not, though.
Anyway, we can keep going, because let's talk about it. Let's talk about the zombies, man.
Well, we could save the zombies. We can save Roanoke. We can expand on it in the future. There's only so many mysteries I can pull.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of stuff we can talk about. I mean, there's so many mysteries. I feel like it's unlimited. Like, there's always something, like, even murders, man. Like, let's talk about some murders, because I am so, like, I'm in love with cold cases. Like, you have no idea. Like, there was this one cold case that I would love to talk about, but it's not really a cold case, because they found out about what happened, but it was like the Frog Boys. It was like this cold case, or used to be a cold case in South Korea. But the thing is, I guess it's sort of a cold case because they haven't solved who killed these kids. But they found the bodies. But anyway, yeah, I just love cold cases. They're just so fun. They're just so interesting to me.
Oh man, do you want to present a cold case next week?
Yes.
And I can like try to guess as you go through it who did it.
Well, this is the thing. Like so like for like it would always point to this one person or like group of people, but no one would like really,
No one would know.
no one would know because one, either they couldn't interview them, or two, it just didn't like fit everything, but at the same time it did fit, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I don't go into cold cases because I'd be afraid of people killing me in my sleep.
Oh, that's not something I'm worried about.
Yeah.
But I mean, I love cold cases. I'll be watching like that stuff like on Lifetime. I'll be watching that stuff on USA, Law and Order SVU, baby. I'm all about that too. That's my favorite show. Have you ever seen it?
Law
I'm pretty
and
sure
Order
you have.
SVU? No.
You've never seen like not even one episode.
I mean, I'm sure I've seen parts of an episode.
You gotta watch it, bro. It's so good. Such a good.
Maybe.
You have to. You have to. It's really good, and it's pretty woke. It's mean, like they talk about some like it's kind of like it's like life, like art imitating life and life imitating art. It's pretty interesting.
Nice. Yeah, I have too many shows I need to watch.
Bro, me too. I have like a long list.
Yeah. Also,
I'm trying to get through the movies.
The one person we have viewing right now, shockingly, isn't my mother.
Oh, great. That's fine.
Yeah. I'm ecstatic. Next week, we can go into depth on a cold case or Roanoke.
Cold cases.
Plot it out. And then we'll end in the rambles like we do now.
Well, like, okay, so probably the cold case would be the Frog Boys because that one is the most tragic yet.
Now I'm gonna look it up.
I mean, if you want. I mean, but it's still fun to talk about, and people can, talk in the chat and participate about it because it's a case where it's messed up. And there's a lot of other messed up cases. Like there's like a serial killer in South Korea that was been like killing girls of all ages.
Oh my gosh.
Like the oldest was like 72. Like he would rape them and then kill them, or kill them then rape them. I don't know.
Yikes.
That's something they can't figure it out. But
NSFW warning on this stream.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah. I mean, if this is it's pretty. It was pretty. But it took like 10 years to find this guy.
Yikes! Stop! You're spoiling the entire cold case.
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna talk about it, but like, there's some cases that are very similar. They're very similar to that. They're very similar to that kind of case.
Awesome.
Because there's like many people who had similar cases like that.
I'm pumped to hear cold cases next week. I think stream-wise, we should go.
Is it done?
I think yeah.
You think yeah?
That was all I had. I think cool. Next week we could do a mystery and a cold case.
Ooh, I mean, cold cases are mysteries though.
Oh, we could do a supernatural type mystery, like a weird one, like the Bloop, and then cold case. Cool. Well, to the last person here, thanks for being here.
Thanks for being
I would
here
thank
all the way
everyone who came before you, but alas, they're not here. So I was about to say fuck them, but I remembered my mom was one of them.
Not even. Some people come in, some people come out. It's like, some people leave a conversation, some people come into a conversation. It's completely natural.
Yeah, but
it's good.
I like being rude.
I like being...
Anyways, that's all we had for you today here, folks. Tune in next week on Mystery and Mirth. Just trying to get the order there correctly in my head. Peace out.
Ray and Jay out.
Friendos. Yeet.
Bye, boy.